Joe, how do you go about trying to replace a guy that's been as important to you as Jacoby Ellsbury?
Well, I don't necessarily think that one guy can replace him. I mean, he's as good as it gets when it comes to being the leadoff hitter and our center fielder. But collectively, you do your best. And we brought up Slade, and Slade's gonna play. I chose not to put him in the lineup today, but that's I'm going to get him in there.
How much do you think this will impact your offense?
Well, you can't really tell until you go through it. I mean, that's the bottom line. You could have some guys that get really hot, and you don't see a big difference. But I mean, he's been as good as it gets. I mean, he's got over a 400 on base percentage, and that's what you want out of your leadoff hitter. So some guys are going to have to help out.
He said he's going to see the team doctor on Friday. Have you been given any indication on how long this could be?
No, I mean, I think until you go through a few days of treatment and see how he responds to that, and he sees Dr. Ahmad, we're just not ready to give you a timetable. It's not something that requires surgery, so we're not holding anything that's doom and gloom. It's just you got to see how he responds over the next few days and what Dr. Ahmad thinks.
The way he uses his legs, do you almost have to be more careful with him?
Well, I think that's why it's a little bit harder to predict. I mean, if he was a slug that was just going to jog to first base and second base and didn't play center field, they'd probably be a little easier to predict. So that's why I think you have to see how he responds.
You mentioned Slade. How do you intend on using him up here?
Well, I'll use him for late innings for defense, and I could use him as a pinch runner. But he's going to get some starts. I'm going to put him in the lineup and see how he does.
He's been a guy that almost wasn't a part of this organization anymore this offseason. What do you think about the way he's come on strong during spring and to start the season?
Well, I mean, we saw a lot of really good things in spring training, and he's carried it over to his season. And we saw him. His approach was good at the plate, and we know, on both sides of the ball, he plays as hard as anyone in the game. And at times that's, maybe gotten him hurt a little bit. But we love the way, he plays the game, and he's made in-game adjustments that we saw in spring training. So I'm anxious to see him.
Do you anticipate anything resembling a platoon in center field between you and him?
No, I mean, I think I'll go day by day for now. I mean, it's hard to really predict what you're going to do until you see how he reacts. When he's put in that situation. But, we see he reacted well in spring training, and hopefully he does it here too.
So you're going to keep Gardner in left?
For right now, I mean, that's my plans. Slade has been a guy that's played mostly center field. C.Y.'s played a lot of center field, so then you're not really moving two guys around in a sense.
Is it a ligament?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we diagnosed it, is the outside of his leg. And, as I said, this is not doom and gloom. It's just hard to predict, and we want him to see our doctors. And this is a guy that's running all over the place, so he'll be ready when he's ready, and hopefully it's not too long.
Is there any chance that it's just the 15 days, or do you think it's longer?
It's hard to say, and like I said, until he's examined by Dr. Ahmad and we see how he responds the first 3 or 4 days of treatment, you're really not going to know.
Carlos going to hit second for a while?
Right now, that's how I'm doing it. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. Either do you. So.
We won't do anything tomorrow.
So, but I mean, I think he can. That's a spot he can handle really well. I knew that.
You guys made a move for the 40-man roster because of this yet?
Chase Whitley went on the 60-day, so we're not going to see him for at least a year. So.
Maybe thinking about Nova.
He threw Monday. He did well. I think he threw 47 pitches, I want to say. They were really pleased with how he did, and I think he's got one more down there on Saturday, and then we'll go from there.
When he starts an actual rehab assignment, then do these extended spring starts, will he start at then 60 pitches, or does he go back?
Yeah, I mean, no, he won't have to go back to like 15 or 20, no. This just allows him to make, in a sense, build him up and more starts. Because when you're coming off what he does, you want to make sure the command is there. So he should be able to give you a couple starts, with a substantial amount of pitches, to where if you just did the 30 days, you'd get one at 90.